Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Smitha. So one of the movies I'm really excited to watch this year is Manikarnika, which is set to release tomorrow. In fact, I've been excited to watch it ever since they released the first posters last year. And when I saw the trailer, I was in awe. Kangana is such an amazing actor, and I believe she's also the director of this movie. And one thing that caught my attention when I saw the trailer is the cover of the trailer. It was this picture, and as soon as I looked at it, I fell in love with it, and I said I have to recreate it. So here it is, you guys. I'll be showing you the complete look, including hair and makeup. So let's jump straight into the video, and if you're new here, please take a moment to subscribe. Let's start with the eyebrows, and looking at her brows, it's lighter than mine and it's thinner than mine. So let's try to achieve that. I'm going to be using the Ardell medium brown pomade. I'm going to take a little bit in the back of my hands, and I'm going to dip a spoolie brush in it, and I'm going to brush my hair to lighten it. How easy is that? And now to make my brows thinner and reduce the arch of my brows, I'm going to overdraw using a concealer. And I'm using the Girl Pro Conceal in Pure Beige. I'm also going to use this as a base on my eyelids for the eyeshadows, and I'm going to buff it out using a damp beauty sponge. And to prevent the concealer from creasing, I'm going to set it using a bone color eyeshadow. I'm going to be using Cocktail from the Cali Set Beauty Creations palette. If you look at this picture, you'll think, oh, she has no makeup. But if you look closely, her crease is extremely defined. She has a light contour going on, and of course, she has a nice hairstyle as well. So it takes a certain amount of skill and art to use makeup, but make it look like there's no makeup. So let's go ahead and define the crease. I'm going to use DTLA with a pencil brush. I'm going to mark the area where I want to define the crease. And then I'm going to use my larger blending brush. This is the Sigma E40. And I'm going to buff it out at the crease so everything looks soft and well blended. To prime my face, I'm using my newfound love. This is Angel Veil from NYX. This has been there forever, but I tried it for the first time and I absolutely fell in love with it. If you're like me and you like a good silicone-based primer, this is it, you guys. It's going to fill in all those pores and fine lines and make your skin really smooth and keep it ready for the foundation. For foundation, I'm going to be using Fit Me by Maybelline in 220, which is natural beige, and I'm going to buff it out using a damp beauty sponge. I chose a medium coverage foundation because I didn't want full coverage. Simple. If you look at a picture, you can still see the under eye dark circles and bags. That gives you the whole aura of, she's going through something, she's fighting something. And that's the whole concept of the movie. So I decided it's okay to show some of my imperfections, and I'm going to be using a medium coverage foundation. For contouring, I'm going to first use a cream contour, then I will lightly set it and sculpt using a powder contour. And to cream contour my face, I'm going to be using the Girl Pro Conceal in bronze. I'm going to be very lightly marking the areas where I want to contour my face, and I'm going to buff it out using a damp beauty sponge. She's also highlighted the high planes of her face, and I'm going to be doing the same using the Instant Age Rewind Concealer from Maybelline in Honey. So while we're buffing this out, I want to know from you guys, are there any movies that are worth watching which you felt like this is extraordinary? I want to go watch some movies this year. I barely take a break from work, but this year I've just made up my mind that I need some time for myself as well. So I just want to know if there's any good movies out there. I'm not much of a movie person, to be honest with you. I watch movies to recreate looks. So even that is work-based. So this time around, that's going to change. I'm just going to go watch and enjoy. So comment below and let me know if there are any movies that you want me to watch. And now I'm going to set my entire face with the Airspun Translucent Loose Powder. First, I'm going to set in areas where I feel like the concealer might crease, and then I'm going to set the rest of the face. Her lower lash line looked like it was smoked out, and in her waterline she had a light color or a nude color. First, using DTLA, I'm going to place it in my lower lash line using a definer brush, and then I'm going to buff it out using my Sigma E40 blending brush. In the waterline, I'm going to be using a nude eye pencil. This is the Rimmel Scandaleyes in Nude. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes and apply a coat of mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and that finishes up the eye makeup. And now I'm going to set my contour using the shade Fawn. This is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Contour Kit. I'm going to use an angled bronzer brush to set it. If you look at her closely, she has a little depression in her chin, and we're going to create that using the contour shade and a definer brush. Because her cheeks are so sucked in, we are going to pull the contour a little bit lower. As I mentioned before, she has that subtle glow on the high points, so we're going to use the shade Super Fantastic from the Rouge Unicorn Fantasies highlighter palette, and we're going to lightly highlight the high planes. She also has a very prominent upper lip and cupid's bow, so we're going to highlight there as well. There's nothing much going on her lips. It looked very natural, so I'm going to keep it that way. I'm only going to define my lips a little bit using Rose Crush from Jordana. This is a lip liner. It's only going to add some definition, but it's going to maintain my lip color. And that, my friends, finishes up the makeup part. Now let's jump to the hair part. What she had was a low bun with some orange flowers, and in front she had the vintage finger waves. Because she had a center partition, I'm going to use this ragtail comb to first center part my hair. I'm going to further section out the front part into two sections. That's where we will do the finger waves, and I'm going to use these clips to hold them together. With the hair in the back, I'm going to gather everything together and tie a low ponytail. I'm going to use this hair donut. I'm going to insert it into the ponytail, wrap my hair around it, and secure it with another elastic or a rubber band. I'm going to now gather all the extra hair. I'm going to insert it within the bun, and I'm going to secure everything using bobby pins. I'm going to decorate this bun with orange flowers just like what she had, and these were sent by my mother from India. And now for the finger waves in front. They're called finger waves because you use your fingers to work around the waves. And the way we are going to do this is in the shape of an S. So I'm going to take my ragtail comb, first push some hair back and secure it with a clip. And then next I'm going to push some hair front, again secure it with a clip. And then finally push some hair back and secure everything with a clip. So you form that S. And as you can see, we have that S, and I'm going to be doing the same on the other side as well. To hold these waves in place, I'm going to use some hairspray. I'm going to be using the Garnier Volume Hairspray. I'm going to spray a generous amount and I'm going to let it sit there for some time till I draw out my bindi, because I don't have the kind of bindi that she's wearing. To get that symmetrical half moon, I just decided to use anything that was circular and something that I saw first, and it was a button. And you'll see what happened. So I used some lipstick in the back of the button and I gently pressed it against my forehead. And then when I took it out, that was exactly my reaction. I'm not going to edit that out. You can see what I felt within me. But this is just makeup, so anything can be fixed. So I'm going to use some concealer to fix it. And now that it looked a little bit more presentable, I decided to use the same lipstick to darken it. And I'm using a very thin artist brush. And that's good enough time for my hair to be set. So we'll go ahead and remove all the clips. And now for the accessories, all the beautiful jewelry and my nut, everything is from Bangalore. And so is my beautiful sari. I bought it from a store called Neeru's in Bangalore. And here is the final look. I got my creative juices out and I played around with my studio lighting a bit to get that whole Manikarnika's aura. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Please go ahead and give me that big fat thumbs up. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. For your convenience, I'm listing all the products in the description box below along with my social media information. My Instagram account information as well as Facebook information is listed in the description box below. Make sure you're following me there to get inside scoop of how I make my jewelry, my clothing, my ensemble for all my shoots. I put little snippets up there and people seem to really enjoy it. So thank you so much for that. I love you guys so much. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and I will see you soon with a brand new tutorial. Bye guys.